What is good, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 tips to hit your lines better on the disc golf course. Let's get into it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I hit all my lines all the time, and I am no professional disc golfer, and if you have played with me, or if you do play with me in the future, you will probably see something like this, or even this. But that is just disc golf, and it is going to happen in the game of disc golf. And these are just 3 tips that I keep in my head when I'm on the tee pad, trying to hit my line, trying to hit my gap. Now, my first tip is probably the easiest thing to say, but one of the hardest things to keep in your mind out on the disc golf course, especially if you just maybe like clunked a tree or something, but to have confidence and commitment in your shot while trying to hit your line is huge. And what I mean by that is when you step up to a tee pad, maybe it's a daunting little line you have to hit, or maybe it's a straight gap that you have to hit. Oftentimes we will look over to the side and be like, yep, I'm gonna hit first available here. Having said that, having that mindset, you already have that first available tree in your head. Likely chance that you're just gonna clobber that tree up and you're not gonna hit your line.
For 3, because we decided that putter is dead.
Have the confidence in your form, in your timing to hit that line versus automatically thinking, nope, not a chance I'm hitting this. Alongside that, have the commitment in the shot. Oftentimes when I don't have the commitment in my shot, you can tell it because the disc comes out early and it also comes out pretty weak, meaning I don't really put a lot of power on the shot because I am scared if I hit that tree, it's just gonna kick right, left. Maybe if I throw it a little softer and hit it, it won't kick as far. But to have the commitment in the shot where you're not trying to finesse the disc or you're not trying to change up your form a little bit is just as important as to having the confidence to knowing that you're gonna hit that gap. Now, of course, don't get confidence and commitment confused with trying too hard, which kind of leads me into my next tip, and that would be your shot choice and disc selection. Now, what I mean by this is sometimes we step up to a short par 4, say, with a tight gap, and we automatically take our driver out because we are going for the green. We want that eagle. We know we can reach it, but we have to get through this gap first. So trying a little too hard with a higher speed driver can get us in a lot more trouble than just disking down to something more controllable, focusing on hitting the gap, looking past that gap, and throwing a much more controlled shot with a fairway driver or even a mid-range just to get through that gap could put us in a lot better position than trying to go for the eagle every single time we're on the course. Par 4, 400 feet? Oh man, boys, I'm going for it. Right up the middle. Big shot here. Seriously? Didn't even hit the gap? Disc golf in general is a very long game, and there is a lot of things that can happen on the course, and to get the easy birdie, in my opinion, is way more worth it than trying to go for the green and getting myself in a lot more trouble where now I'm risking bogey or worse. In my mind, being able to disc down to a mid-range or a controllable fairway driver is a very, very skilled and smart disc golf move to make. Overall, putting yourself in a better place on the fairway instead of trying way too hard for that eagle and grip locking it, and now we're 80 feet in the rough. Now, my third and final tip to hitting your lines more often, and something that I look at on pretty much every tee pad I step up to, and that is honestly your shot shape and how you align yourself on the tee pad. Now, typically, not all the time, the tee pad is going in the right direction of the hole, where for a right-handed backhand player, we can start in the bottom right and work our way up to the bottom left, keeping the center of our body all in a straight line, so when we go through, when we pull through, throw our shot, we are all in line with the basket. Now, this is great and all, but sometimes this doesn't give you the widest line that there actually is on that fairway. And in fact, sometimes you can step to the left or to the right of the tee pad and look at the hole a little bit differently, where you can throw more of a flex backhand shot or a flex forehand shot, where actually you are creating a wider fairway than that dead straight shot. Now, not all holes are like this, but some definitely are, where you can work the disc from left to right, giving the disc a lot more space to fly and to get through the gap, instead of throwing that dead straight shot where you're liable to hit a closer tree or whatever it may be. In these clips, my buddy is filming directly behind me so that you can see what I'm looking at. When I throw the straight shot, there's not as much room to work with the fairway. But once he steps over and the camera shows more of what I want to look at, I can actually work the disc from left to right, getting through that whole gap. Once again, not all disc golf holes are like this, but it's definitely something to keep in mind to where maybe you can expand the fairway just a tad bit, helping you hit your line. Now, those are 3 things that I think about every time I step up to a tee pad, or at least try to. Sometimes it gets difficult. Sometimes we aren't as focused as we need to be. So of course, disc golf, there's a lot of trees, you're gonna hit them, it's gonna happen. But if we can dial in our form and also have a few things to think about when we're on the tee pad, hopefully we'll hit those lines a little bit more often. In disc golf, timing is so important. Typically on a backhand throw, you are not looking at the hole, so your timing, your technique is obviously very, very important, and one of the things you should be working on consistently to hit your lines more often. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We are really close to 800 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys so much for that. I love creating these videos. If there's any videos that you guys want to see, leave that down in the comment section as well, and I'll see what I can do. Make sure you go follow ChasingChains_ on Instagram, where I post there daily. I'll also leave a link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one.